All set.
All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. This is the November 19th meeting of the Human Services Commission. Before we start, just a moment of silence for all those who have been impacted by the pandemic one way or another. Ooh. Thank you for that. And I'm going to, if I may, ask Carolyn if she has a report from the Board of Health before we get into the other agenda items.
Okay. Well, I did talk to Sands today, and he did say that the virus is going to go up. That wasn't very encouraging, but he said the flu, very light all over the state. It's very light, and he has started clinics. And they've been small. He hasn't had the 2-day one yet because they haven't had enough vaccine or flu vaccine to do it. But they have had smaller clinics. But that's about it.
All right. Well, thank you for that. Any questions for Carolyn? Okay. Well, thank you for that. I'll go back to the agenda item, but just before I do that, I just want to mention and congratulate both Carolyn, Barbara, and Loretta, who's not on, for their reappointment at the, I believe it was November 2nd Board of Selectmen. So you're all now appointed to
right.
full 4-year terms. Congratulations,
Great.
and I'm delighted that we'll
Thank
have
you.
Thank you. Glad to serve.
So all good. So thank you very much for that. The minutes of the October 22nd meeting were distributed. If you've had a chance to review them, I will ask for a motion to approve.
Laura Inserto, motion to approve.
Thank you.
Linda DiLorenzo, I second it.
Okay, thank you. Any discussion, corrections, or edits to the minutes?
Hi, folks. It's Suzanne Testani. Just wanted to let you know I was here. I didn't know if it was the right time to say that.
Suzanne, thank you very much. Much appreciated. We do have a quorum.
Thanks, Bernie. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt the conversation.
Not at all. Not at all. Thank you for letting us know you're on. Any corrections or edits on the minutes? Hearing none, I'll ask that they be approved unanimously. And thank you for that.
Agreed.
Loretta is not on yet, or are you, Loretta? Okay. Loretta was to report on the committee for people with disabilities, and I did see an email exchange this morning that the meeting that they were supposed to have today had been canceled. So I'm not sure there's much of an update on what was presented at the last meeting, unless you're aware of something, Julie.
Hi, it's Julie. No, we were waiting to hear back from the town about a possible date for going before the Board of Selectmen, but right now it's with the Chief Administrative Officer and the town attorney, so we are still waiting.
Okay, they seem to be having 2 Board of Selectmen meetings in December, so hopefully it'll be on the agenda for one. Mm-hmm. And for those of you who have reviewed the mission and the documents, thank you. And if you're aware of people who still may want to serve on the commission when it's established, please let Loretta know the names or reach out to Loretta for that.
I'm on the call. Hi, everybody. I'm sorry that I'm late.
Hi, Loretta.
No, not at all, Loretta. We were just discussing the committee, and I know that your meeting today was canceled. I had advised the members of that, but is there anything else that you'd like to add to that, or?
I think that Julie, have you already given a little update?
I did.
Okay, so if Julie's given an update, I don't need to repeat what's going on. But thank you.
Okay, well, thank you for that. Julie, is there anything that we might add from the Friends, or?
Just I asked them if they had any announcements, and they just wanted to let you know that they are sponsoring a monthly program called Where's Walt with Walt Mathis from the History Center, who is highlighting a different neighborhood of Fairfield each month via Zoom.
Oh,
yeah.
Great.
Yep, it's cute. It's great. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Under new business, identified as commission board, I think what we're planning there is that we have a report from George on the nominating committee. And just for context here, I think with the work of the committee that George will be able to make a report, and the plan would be to make the report and have the election for the new officers at the December meeting. So that's really how we would plan to organize this, so the officers would be in place for the January meeting. And I think I just remembered there that there's also a requirement that we have a calendar for the 2021 meetings established at that December meeting as well. But George, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Bernie. So the nominating committee, which consists of Suzanne and myself, met by telephone yesterday and confirmed a potential slate, a proposed slate of 3 officers for this coming year. And that slate would be chairman. As everybody knows, Bernie's term is up. Lest anyone think we're ousting him, but his second and final term is up, and therefore he has to, unfortunately, leave the commission. So we're nominating as chairman Laura Inserto, as vice chairman Linda DiLorenzo, and as secretary George Markley. I need to add a postscript: that was not my idea. Lest anybody think that I inserted myself, but that was a request that was made of me, to which I acceded. So for the next year, I will serve as secretary if these nominations are approved at our next meeting. So again, it's Chairman Laura Inserto, Vice Chairman Linda DiLorenzo, and myself as secretary.
Now, George, it's Suzanne. When and who reaches out to the Board of Selectmen to get an agenda before January? Who does that?
Sorry, Suzanne, I didn't quite hear the question.
Who? I'm sorry, our Wi-Fi is messy in this part. Forgive me. Can you hear me now, folks?
Yes.
Right.
Can you hear me now? Okay, good. My question was, when do we reach out and who reaches out to the Board of Selectmen so we're on their agenda for whatever the date would be for their meeting prior to the new officers taking position in January?
Okay, so I think, I'm not sure, Bernie, you can correct me, the election of officers is internal to the commission.
Yes, there's no board.
There's no Board of Selectmen involved.
Oh, okay, great.
The Board of Selectmen get involved in making nominations for new members to the commission.
Great, okay,
that's
great.
their responsibility, but they do not approve or review the officer
version. Okay, got it.
And Bernie, not Bernie, George, this is Laura. Great work, by the way, on doing this. This is not an easy job to reach out to people and ask if they want to serve in a leadership capacity. So that's really a great service that you put forward. But the question is, so once this slate is approved, will we have other openings, and how are we approaching new members coming on?
We will have openings in addition to Bernie's that will be dealt with by direct communications. I believe the Board of Selectmen already has people who have expressed interest.
Yes, sorry, George, didn't answer.
Go ahead, Bernie. About this.
So this is Laura again. So Julie, are those names presented to the Board of Selectmen at their December meeting? What is the process?
A new commissioner gets, I'm I almost understand it. I think what happens is that the first selectwoman puts someone forward, and then the Board of Selectmen then votes on that person. And that office has a like a list of people who have applied for commission board roles, and then they approach those people who have expressed interest in an area, and talk to them about the position. Suzanne's our most recently appointed person, so I kind of would, I think, Suzanne, you could probably correct me if I'm wrong, but once the first select woman's office contacts a person who's already applied, then and they're amenable to going on a commission, then it goes to the Board of Selectmen.
In my case, Julie, it's Suzanne. In my case, I was contacted by the first select woman, so I did not apply in that sense. I did not submit a letter. I might have written an email. I can't quite remember the process. It was almost a year ago now, but that's the way it went. I had a conversation with first select woman Kupchak.
Okay.
And then I had to go to the Board of Selectmen meeting.
I'm only asking these questions because I don't really recall, but was there an opening that was created by somebody stepping down, and that's how you were contacted by Brenda? How did that work? Do you know, Suzanne?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I was.
Yes.
Okay.
It was a gentleman. I can't remember his name.
Must have been Bruce Carter's.
Right.
I think.
Yeah, it must have been Bruce.
See, I think, this is Barbara, there's different ways, because I think what happened with me, that Selma was stepping down, and Terry put my name in, and I was contacted by Mike Tetro's office. I had to fill out some questionnaire and write a little essay or something why I was interested. And then he contacted me and spoke with me, and then I got sworn in after that.
Right. That's the way it went. I had to write an email, I remember.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So there was a little bit of a process of writing something and having an interview with the select person, and then there was the swearing in.
So I do know that the first select woman does have a list of people, and it sounds like it's kind of the same process because people do need to fill out the paperwork. But I think I think if we have people who are interested, we send them that way and reach out to that office at that point.
This is Bernie.
Yeah,
I just
Laura. Yeah, go ahead, Bernie.
Typically, the process, everyone would have to apply. There's a common application, just basic information and why you were interested in serving. At the level of the Board of Selectmen meetings, it's usually the prerogative of the first select woman to nominate a candidate, and there's only one candidate per available position. It's not an election at the board level. Typically, it's just an approval process. So right now, there's one vacancy. My term expires actually this month, and I know that the office of the first selectman has 3 or 4 candidates that they're looking at. The chair and Julie have been asked to forward other recommendations if they have them. So if there are recommendations from commission members for people that might be interested in that, you should probably get them to Julie or myself, and they'll be forwarded over to the office. I think they're planning on filling the one vacancy at the next meeting or the December meetings. And I'm on the commission until that vacancy or my role or my replacement is approved.
Great.
So we do have an opportunity, if there's people that you're interested or think might be interested, to still be under consideration for the board at commission level.
And this is Laura, and to that respect as well, anybody else on our commission that would want to serve in a leadership capacity can still get in touch with George or not? Right now,
yes, please, because the election, once we at the vote, if we vote in December, other nominations will be considered. Yes, there's a report out from the committee, and the floor will be open to other nominations And if anyone is interested, they should also contact George.
Right.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right. And just as a footnote, George was subjected to considerable arm twisting to go forward as secretary.
Thank you. Thank you, Bernie.
I took the liberty of saying it was on behalf of several commission members who asked me to twist the arm. So there we are. So thank you, George, for that.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay, thank you, George. Julie, we're on to department update.
Great. So we're pretty status quo. So on the senior center side, we're continuing to deliver meals every day to homebound seniors. We're at about 50 a day, and we've delivered nearly 8,000 since the pandemic started. We are also continuing to work with social services and Operation Hope to do a mobile food pantry for those who cannot get to the food pantry or to the supermarket, so they're homebound. Social services is very much in the thick of energy assistance season. The First Select Woman has included information about energy assistance in her last several weekly updates, which is fantastic because it's a lot of work, but it's increasing the number of applicants we have because a lot of people weren't aware of the program. So that's a fabulous thing. We are in the midst also of our holiday giving season. We are doing exclusively gift cards this year, and we're hoping to have most of the gift cards dispersed by the first or second week of December so that families can go out and shop for their loved ones themselves. Thanksgiving, we were able to connect with Holy Family Church and get some, they do dinners for families each year, and Operation Hope also does dinners, so hopefully no family has been overlooked for Thanksgiving. And I think that's it. We are fully staffed right now with our regular hours, and as the pandemic continues, depending on the spikes and how it goes, we may, start staggered times again. But right now, our plan is to continue to go forward. That's pretty much it.
Julie,
Any
this
questions?
is Laura. Are you still looking for a senior center director?
Yes. Still, I've narrowed it down to several applicants, almost there. I would say that we probably won't have somebody start until January. This is a hard time to start a new job, and since the seniors aren't here, it's okay to delay a bit. But yeah, no, we have some wonderful applicants.
Good. All right, thank you, Julie. Any questions for Julie?
Julie, hi. It's
Julie,
Linda. That's a part-time position,
are you,
right?
Are you taking cash, or are you do you need a gift card per se?
We can, if somebody wants to donate cash, we are taking checks. We really have gotten some wonderful donations. We can go buy those gift cards from Rotary, which is a great way to go. Yep.
Yes, you're accepting checks. Yes,
we are. Yep.
Right.
Julie, it's Suzanne. How do we get a check to you? Can we go to the senior center and bring it to you?
Yeah, we have a box in the front that's for mail. It's a secure box because since the building's closed except to staff, our little bubble. But you can mail it. You can drop it off. Either way.
Julie, it's George. Do you want to give people the opportunity to just send the check to me, and I'll deliver the cards to you as we have done on?
That's a great idea.
Yep. So, because I run the gift card program for the Rotary Club, if you send a check to me payable to Fairfield Rotary Club, I will then buy the cards and deliver them to Julie.
That's great. Jack and I would love to make a donation, so I just wanted to make sure. And for others listening, how to.
Right.
And I have another question. It's Suzanne. How does one family in need connect with you to be able to get the meal on Thanksgiving? How does that work for the general populace?
For Thanksgiving, we refer families to Operation, because the Holy Cross Church, Holy Family Church is done, but we refer families directly to Operation Hope. We rely on Operation Hope for food security issues. We do the emergency groceries coordinated with them. We don't collect the food or donate it that way. But so if you know of a family in need, they should go directly to Operation Hope for Fairfield.
Okay. Sure.
Great question.
And just in case anyone is not familiar, George, did you just take a second and explain why Rotary and gift cards?
Sure. Fairfield Rotary Club runs this gift card program to support its humanitarian programs. And I've been running this program for the last 11 years. And so we buy cards from a distributor. We sell them at face value. We buy them at a small discount. The discount represents the profit to the club, which we use for humanitarian causes only. And Bernie, what I'll do is I'll just send an email to the commission that'll have my address. So if anyone is interested, they'll know where to send the check, and then I'll take care of buying the cards and delivering them to Julie or Tylene Fickus for the holiday program.
Yeah. This is Barbara. Also, just wanted to mention that through Jewish Family Service, if anybody, we're going to be giving out probably chickens and fixings, probably not turkeys because people are small families right now. But if, Julie, if you know of that family that, could use, just like a basket filled with the fixings and a big chicken, let us know because we're getting money together and doing some distributing with our JFS volunteers.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. That's great.
Yeah, so let us know, and, we're going to be shopping soon, and, getting the volunteers out. So if you know someone who'd like a personal touch, someone come to their house and bring them a surprise basket, that'd be great.
Yeah, oh, that's lovely. Thank you.
It is.
All right. Is there? George was modest, but I think I only recently found out about the Rotary program and gift cards there 2-3 years ago, and my host agency here has taken advantage of that. But I think everyone also should know that when George says humanitarian, the give back in the local area it's a six-figure give back on the George tutelage there. So. Thank you, George, for all the work you do on that. I know it's a volunteer commitment. It makes
Thank you, George.
Thanks.
But it's a labor of love, I can tell you that.
All right. Did we ask if there was any questions for Julie? I think I did. Is there any other business before the commission?
There was. I wanted to make sure that we got the information about Fairfield Senior Advocates out. Bernie, did you get that email?
Sorry, today, Julie, or?
Yep, that's okay. I sent it right before the meeting, so can I take a moment just to go through a report from Irv?
I'm sorry, I haven't checked my email since we began. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So do you mind if I do you mind if I just give a report from Fairfield Senior Advocates?
Please.
So Fairfield Senior Advocates, the proposal to the Planning and Zoning Commission by the Affordable Housing Committee, Fairfield Senior Advocates, and Fair Plan. A public hearing before P&Z was held on October 22nd. The Planning and Zoning Commission vote was deferred until at least its December 8th meeting. The Commission was highly receptive to our proposal and appears interested in expanding our proposed regulatory changes. Planning and Zoning could potentially consider expansion beyond Zone AAA. Those are 2-acre lots for detached units. Allowing new homes to be built with ADUs included versus current 5-year requirement. And ADUs, I don't know what ADUs stand for, but I feel badly. I might take a second to look that up. And also higher maximum ADU size than our proposed 1,000 square feet.
It might be accessory use. I'm not sure. Julie, accessory something use. I'm not sure.
Accessory dwelling use. That's what it is. You're right. Thank you. So allowing homes to be built with accessory dwelling units included versus the 5-year requirement. And their last thing to potentially consider is higher maximum ADU size than our proposed 1,000 square feet. They hope to be involved in development of an education and marketing game plan, and Fairfield Senior Advocates will continue to work on other forms of senior-friendly housing. And I know I butchered that. Herb would have been much more articulate, but I'm glad we were able to get that into the minutes.
Right.
And the FSA have a fairly robust website, so I'm sure there's information or ways of getting information on that if you just reach out to Herb or any of their members. But if you'll find the website for Fairfield Senior Advocates. All right, thank you, Julie.
Yep.
Anything else? Any members? Any new business?
Bernie, thank you for your service.
No, not at all. It's been my honor and pleasure. I may see you in December. I may not. But if the committee for people with disabilities comes before the Board of Selectmen before the next meeting, I think we'll have either an email to members to allow for participation on that, if that's okay, Loretta. But we will try to let members know that it's on the agenda for the Board of Selectmen meetings.
So can
Bernie,
it go
this is
before
Laura.
the Board of...
Why wouldn't you be at the December meeting?
If the vacancy is filled.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. I thought that wouldn't happen until January.
No, they could do it tomorrow if they wanted to. I serve until there's a new. The longest I can serve is some date in January, and then I have to be off regardless. But if they make an appointment, I'm off.
Okay. And we had talked about, Bernie, that we wish we could get together and have something for you and go by, but it's hard with the COVID, but we should figure something out.
I was thinking the same thing,
We
Barbara.
should.
You just read my mind.
I remember those days of the Irish Club, right?
Exactly, and I think me and I, that was our first time we met, right?
And that's the only time Barbara and I get in there. So.
Well, maybe
And I think Bruce bought me a drink or something. I had no idea who he was.
All right. Well, so just to ensure that this doesn't make the minutes, but I do want to mention we have a colleague who is actually running for a position at the GAC. So if your members there, let's make sure we have a vote. And I think everyone knows who I mean. Do they, Sheila?
Yes. No, I don't know.
Yes, I'm running for director. So I would appreciate your vote if you are.
Whoa!
Wow!
That's great. That's great.
Sheila, do you have to be on site to vote? You have to be on site to vote. You have to be on site to vote, I think. Will you?
Oh.
Yeah, you have to go actually to the
it has to be
Well,
the meeting.
this is
Membership
Laura.
meeting.
Would we be able to invite Bernie to our retreat when we do decide on that date to host him if we do it actually? Julie, would we be able to do that?
To have him, I think, I'm sure, I guess, or we could plan a night and go out and celebrate Bernie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we're all looking forward to when we all can see each other again. But I do appreciate the opportunity of talking with all of you, even this way. Although I wish it were on purpose. But it's been a difficult year for a lot of people, and I'm glad we're able to at least have some continuity in our meetings. I know we didn't accomplish all we said we would do at the beginning of the year, but it's been. I really appreciate all the work that Julie and the department have been doing, and that's my takeaway from my past couple months. Under very difficult circumstances, they've met the needs of a lot of individuals in Fairfield. So it's Julie and the department we should be thanking, and whatever notional support we've been able to provide. Okay, with that, I'm going to ask.
So please, wait, Bernie, stop. This
Yes.
is Loretta. I've been trying to talk in. Sorry, everyone's talking. Before we have the December Board of Selectmen meeting, does the commission need to do anything, or can we just go forward with the Board of Selectmen without any action by Human Services Commission? Does anyone know the answer to that?
It's Julie. Do you mean if approving the charge of the committee with people for the committee on disabilities? Is that what you're?
Yes, approving the charge or even presenting to the Board of Selectmen. Does the commission need to take any action?
Yeah, the commission needs to approve that.
The charge?
Yes, because that's coming out of a subcommittee of the commission. So the commission needs to approve that.
So I question if we're able to then present before the Board of Selectmen. I thought it was going to be tabled, that we would not be able to present to the Board of Selectmen in December. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I don't know, until we hear back from the first Selectwoman's office. I don't know the answer to that. I would assume that, and maybe we could do a quick vote via email if there's a quorum to approve it, but we need more information on that.
I just wanted to clarify because Bernie had talked about the Board of Selectmen meeting in December, and I wasn't clear that was actually going to go forward.
No, you're right. I'm glad you thought of that.
Okay, well, my work question is and I think there's some clarification needed on the charge. If I understood the last exchange of emails, I saw that on that. And once that clarification is made, it would go to the commission for approval. And I'm assuming we can either call a special meeting or have it done by email. I mean, I think they'd appreciate the timing and the circumstances if we just signal a support for that and then approve it at the regular meeting.
Right, we would have to post it, and we would have to have a formal meeting. We can't just wing it.
It has to be noticed.
Right, yeah. That's easy to do.
Which is not a problem.
As long as we have an understanding.
Yeah. Okay, well then we'll just wait to hear. That's all we could do. The December meeting is scheduled for the 17th, and I know the Board of Selectmen are meeting twice in December, but I don't know if they're both before the 17th or not. So we'll just wait to see what the developments are.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Bernie, December 17th is the next commission meeting?
Yes, at 4 o'clock.
Okay, good.
Okay. And George, remember to send us where we can get some checks to you.
Right, I will send that out this afternoon. Thank you.
All right, thank you
all.
And I just want to wish everyone a very, very happy and safe Thanksgiving, and we'll be in touch in December. All the very, very best to everyone and your family.
Thank you.
As well, Bernie.
Thank you.
Everyone, happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, sorry. A motion for
Do we have to move to adjourn?
Oh, yes. Let's have a motion to conclude. Sorry.
Laura second.
Laura second. Who made the first?
I'll make the motion. This is me.
Loretta did.
Laura second. Okay.
Okay, we have Nee and Loretta. Thank you very much. Any discussion?
No.
Consider us adjourned until the next month. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Okay,
bye, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Be well.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Good holiday.
Bye now.